Book 1, Bazur's Plot, Chapter 48, Star Willow Cove, the West Village in the Fourth Woods. We turned around and continued to walk up in this bizarre village, or part of the village, that had an underwater part and the overwater part. It was very lovely, though. I remembered my task finally, and I started to scan. There were so many less creatures here since the wetness that it seems to be not liked by Bazur. An elder of the village came to meet us and said, "I got a word you are coming. After these houses, we have floaters up to the north. We have a full count creatures in the, and Bazur has not gotten into the floaters, but he has been here on the bottom of the trail. So what we expect now that what we have seen you uncursing is that the cursed ones will be on the trail." Tara nodded and said, "This is great information. Thank you for telling us. This will speed our way a lot. We might even be able to finish the island today," the elder replied. "I have asked the north side to set up a place for you to sleep and dine. It will be ready when you get there, and then you can cross to the fifth woods in the morning." Everyone seemed to be very appreciative of that. Today had been already very eventful day. Tara said to Deepclaw, "Deepclaw, shall we take the lead? Better to get on with it." And everyone took their places in the queue. Myriads were new in the scanning walking, so their places were after underground elves and before more bears. And off we went. Jack and I got to our own sides again, and we started to watch every stick, rock, tree, stump that was there in the small trail, and started behind the last tree. I got distracted when we turned the corner, and I saw what was there. I took a sharp breath in. I thought I had seen it all. There were like these islands floating in the air, one after another, and those islands were having houses, basically a village in them. I heard Jack take the similar breath right behind me. They were so beautiful. But now I understood what the elder had said. Under those floaters was the trail, so we would then not go to the floating island, but just walk under here. Well, that was great. So that also meant that the living things, I mean the real living things, were above us and we would have easier time to recognize the cursed ones. I said to Jack, "This will make things easier," in a very content voice. He was clearly still out of it. He just said something like, I kicked his ankle and Jack jumped. "Sarah, what are you kicking me for?" I said innocently. "You were not listening to me, and we need to scan. I think you want to get eating sooner than rather later, right?" Jack looked at me confused and asked, "Food? Do we get food now?" I looked at him and wondered how long he has been in his own world and said, "No, we get food next time at dinner. So let's get scanning this trail." And I was saying this is easier. And what I was saying is now it is easier than the houses with the living creatures are above us and they don't mix with the messages. Jack was now fully on board. "Yes, let's start. I'll take the right side. You are left." I guess the food lure did it. We started walking. It was very brisk speed. There were some cursed creatures here or there, but very few. Maybe 4 or 5 by now, and I heard Tara say that we were almost done for the day. None of the awakened ones were coming with us, since they were they were actually from one of the floaters, so the creatures took them home to recover. That made our journey easier for sure. Nobody was needed to be transported to the palace. We were approaching the last cluster of the houses or floaters, according to Tara, and by then we would spend the night. And by the last floater, we would spend the night as well. We arrived under the floater, and there was a huge pile of rocks under it. I kept staring at it, and I more felt that Jack came beside to me to do the same. We we were both staring at that rock pile. It was clear this was one of the old findings. I turned my head to Tara and said, very serious tone, "How long has that pile been there? Maybe you call an elder for this." Tara was approaching us and heard my words. He said, "Again, we have again old one, huh? Sarah only talks this manner when we have an old one. Let me call in elder, and we need some other locals too. You can awaken them, but if you don't feel anything sinister about them." Jack and I looked at each other and started to uncurse them. Medical elves Tara and Myria were right behind us and helped the reveal awakened creatures. The rocks were in pyramid format, altogether maybe 30 of them. So we started on the top and lifted the creatures down before doing the next ones. It would not be fun to be awakened at the bottom of the pile for sure. But Jack and I, the creatures unveiled, looked nothing out of ordinary since in Myria everything was extraordinary. But others were staring at them a lot more than normally, so something was clearly up. They had set up camp for us about 20 meters away. I also needed to sit down. So when I was done, I walked there, Jack right behind us. I took Jack of Fairies nectar and handed another to Jack. We sat down. We did not want to start eating yet if the others were coming soon. Capritors and Moorburns were eating already. They always had to eat right away, whenever there was a moment, if a Bazur warning came, so they would need to take us for safety. Tora came to us and said, "Go ahead and eat. I'm also asking medical elves to come eat. Myria, Tara, and I will sort out something with the elders and join you after that." Medical elves came shortly after to the camp. Jack asked them, "Did you find who they are?" Tim replied, "No, but Myria's acre thinks they might be some tribe that has lived in Myria before even them." I looked at Jack and said, "Really, before Myria? I thought they were the first ones." Timo nodded. "Yes, we thought so, but those times Myria was not really organized. Even White Goddess reigned it. It was a smaller area and was not so much communication between tribes and woods areas." Everyone was eating for a while in silence. Tim continued, "It was arranged for my knowledge with the elders that they will take care of those 30 creatures for now. But there needs to be a village for them. They are very different and want to live in very different than this floater area is today. The grounds have changed here. We gave them a translation remedy, so they do understand each other now. But these found folks are very confused. I think it is 100 years, and it's very long time ago, really." Myria, Tora, and Tara returned at this point and took food and sat down. I was curious and I said, "I'm sorry to ask, since you just sat down, but how do you think they were cursed with the same curse Bazur is using if they have been like that for 100 years?" Eirik looked at me and said, "Well, I think I know the likely answer for that. Remember I told you that we have some books that were very well hidden and protected. I think whoever cursed these did write that book or books. And our hiding was not good enough to hide it from Bazur. So he found the book or book that he learned the curse from. What we don't know is who, as the creature, cursed these, and if that one is now dead or out of Myria. However, there has been such a long time between the curses that it is likely that we do not have to worry about the cursed creature. So far, we have not found anything this old yet. So it seems to be isolated event. Tora nodded. I agree. I think that is most likely scenario. Wow, Jack said and continued. Do we know who they are? Vala shook her head and said, it may be that at that time that Myria had less creatures, so they did not name the tribes at all. They did not even understand the concept of naming. They were taken care by, they are now taken care by elders, and they will find a place where they could stay together and learn to live again. I have sent a message to White Goddess if she knows a good area for that. Tora was silent for a while and continued. These floater villages were formed some centuries ago, or a century ago. So this is not something these folks were found familiar to, and they don't feel comfortable living here in this area anymore. So I guess year 100 or so, this looked totally different. So very long time ago, more than hundreds of years ago. I looked at the others and said, well, this was the day. I wonder what will happen tomorrow. Everyone laughed. It was a good laugh. It was helping to let go of all the excitement of the day. I am sorry, but I will find my hammock and go to bed already, I said. I know it is early, but we have tomorrow again early day, so I want to rest a bit and breathe a moment. Tara said, good idea. I will do the same. Hammocks are under those trees there. Hey, that was today's chapter. Please come back to the next chapter. Just follow the numbering. If you have any comments of today's chapter, feel free to comment below. I love to hear from them and read of them. If you have anything unclear, well, again ask, and I will clarify and help you to stay on the plot, Bazur's plot. Bye.